there's a rocket launch happening. There's another rocket launch happening.
Guys, come on.
In a minute. There's another rocket launch happening.
In the bathroom, girls. Let's walk.
In a minute?
We'll take
yeah,
pictures
look.
in a minute.
The timer for the rocket launch.
No.
What's happening today?
I think the lights are just broken. What if I release a video on my YouTube channel with this?
What? You can't do it. Mr. Captain posting.
No, but not during the field trip. He said not during
You still can't do it either way. Bro, your first vlog.
This is out. This is what I need.
Hold on, I actually want the first vlog. Hey, look, Rocket Garden. We're right there. Wait, do they have the? Javier, I wonder, do they have the Pizza Hut
Look
here?
at that big bowl.
Do they have the Pizza Hut rocket here?
But they couldn't. We're waiting in line. No, you're not. Yes, we are. Don't see that. Don't see that. Hey.
My son's so dumb. I can 21 Look at those rockets. No, those are cars. Rocket Garden. There's Gateway. Guys, John Young. Look at that one. Look at the down third one.
Hold the phone. Go like. I need a.
Yo, what's up, Emos? It's me, Happy Pro 777, and today we're gonna fly one.
A month later, we sent the first American into space.
Let's go.
Not John Glenn. First American to launch from here to go to space. Al Shepard. Yes, very good. So Al Shepard launched on a rocket like that one right there. That is called a Mercury Program Redstone rocket. So on May 5th, 1961, Alan Shepard got aboard a rocket like that, launched him from Cape Canaveral. He went to space, and then he came right back down again, and the whole trip lasted 15 minutes. But we did it, and we went through one quick advancements through 1961. Let's go. At the end of the year, beginning in 1962, we changed rockets, and we started using one like this one here, right there. That's a bigger, more powerful rocket called
you can't be in the video.
Atlas rocket.
Hey.
And we needed a bigger, more powerful rocket so we could send astronauts around the Earth in the Gemini program. We did 10 launches, 10 of them carried humans, and they orbited the Earth. And what we did in Gemini was practice going to the moon. We had to practice first, so we orbited the Earth. We practiced long duration.
Wow. Look at these rockets.
Yo, Daniel.
And then the moon program began in 1967. It was the Apollo program. Come around here, I'll show you that over here. And a little patch of shade here too. You might be able to take advantage of
I hate this backpack so much.
So on January 27th of 1967, we start the moon program for NASA and American called Apollo.
Ines is there. Oh, okay, bus tour. Bus tours. What's bus tour? Oh, look. Wax. Okay, wait. I don't want to see Belgium, Canada, Denmark, France, Germany, Italy.
Yo. I smell food.
Why does it smell like popcorn? Smells like popcorn. I want popcorn now. I don't want
chicken.
popcorn. Somebody say popcorn is stuff. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, first time that I hear you say that. Huh? It's the first time that I hear you say, oh no. Bro, I thought it was a poo for a moment. I thought it was a poo.
Oh yeah, that looks like a pool. Oh my god, that's a big line.
Getting closer and closer to this guy. Imagine that's a right baby. Oh my god. Hey, you're gonna cut your timer, aren't you?
Hold on. No, you just got caught in 4K. Did you try to put your mouth? I'm putting this on YouTube, guys.
No.
Me and Matt. I'm gonna put this on YouTube.
Smile.
Hello.
You got this thing.
NASA. Kennedy Space Center. Kennedy Solar System. That's how far away we're from the sun. That's real fun.
Bro, imagine there's a baby there. The journey starts here. NASA again. I just saw NASA.
Guys, I said the front, Sebastian. Come to the front. Juan, sit with me. Javier and Sebastian, come sit. There are multiple people that need to sit on this bus, not just us. Yeah, guys, it's hard. Javier. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I think this bus is too crowded. Hey, look, it's just my own piece. I'm gonna get car sick.
Times when all the buses are in motion. We will be going by the vehicle assembly building. I've got a couple of videos to give you information about the Space Center. Also, keep in mind we're on a wildlife refuge. Last few days we've seen alligator, manatee, gopher tortoise, wild pigs, various types of bird, including our bald eagles are back in town for the season. So keep an eye out. We may see some of that today. Ignition sequence start.
And step off the land now. It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
We have pondered our place amongst the stars since the dawn of humankind. We've looked at the stars with wonder and amazement, their glow guiding our travel for centuries. The more we learn about our universe, the more questions we have.
I'm Emily Calandrelli, and today you'll be following me behind the gates on this exclusive bus tour of Kennedy Space Center. Our journey will take us past active facilities and end at the Visitor Complex's own Apollo Saturn V Center.
But before we begin this journey, just like every NASA mission, our #1 goal is to return home safely. So always stay seated while the bus is in motion. Please, no food or drinks on the bus with the exception of water. Please keep conversation to a minimum so others may hear and enjoy the tour. No photography is permitted at the security gates, but there will be plenty of photo opportunities during the tour.
There's my pet alligator out there, see him? Does anybody want to go pet the gator? $5. Cash in advance.
This rocket that you'll see standing tall in front of NASA's badging station is the Mercury Redstone rocket. It represents NASA's earliest efforts to send humans into space. These Redstone rockets were formerly ballistic missiles provided to NASA by the U.S. Army. In October of 1958, NASA formally organized Project Mercury with a mission to investigate man's reaction to this new environment and safely recover the capsule and its pilot. Man rating for human spaceflight on what was previously a ballistic missile was no easy task. After several modifications and test flights, a Mercury capsule carrying Ham, a chimpanzee, was successfully launched and recovered on January 31st, 1961. Just months later, on May 5th, astronaut Alan Shepard launched on a Mercury Redstone rocket, becoming the first American in space.
Hi, I'm Janet Petro, and welcome to NASA's John F. Kennedy Space Center, where NASA astronauts have ventured forth on flights of exploration since the 1960s. And what an exciting time to visit our multi-user spaceport. Through our Commercial Crew program, we are sending astronauts to the International Space Station from American soil for the first time since the Space Shuttle program ended in 2011. We're continuing to launch new research experiments and supplies to the space station with our commercial resupply services and launching the most technologically advanced scientific instruments to date into space through our Launch Services program. This all culminates in our ultimate mission, the Artemis program, where NASA will return to the moon, this time with the first woman and first person of color, and continue on to Mars. In all our history, there's been one common theme woven throughout our DNA. It's our insatiable desire to explore beyond our home planet in our never-ending quest to expand our knowledge of the universe. As you venture behind the gates, you'll find a community of the most talented, dedicated, motivated workforce anywhere in the world who believe in the unlimited potential of space exploration. This is an active spaceport where new things are happening every day. You never know what you might see, so enjoy your tour.
You are now approaching the Vehicle Assembly Building, or as NASA calls it, the VAB. It is one of the largest buildings in the world by volume, and is the place where NASA completes the final assembly of its rockets before launch. The sheer scale of this building is hard to grasp, even when you're right next to it.
Do you ever feel really small when you think about space? What about when you're standing next to a skyscraper or a really big bridge? Well, I feel about as small as an ant right now. I'm standing inside the Vehicle Assembly Building trying to grasp how large it really is in here. It has 4 bays. Each bay has 2 large horizontal doors below it and 7 smaller vertically opening doors above it, tall enough to fit the world's largest rocket through. In fact, these are the largest doors in the world.
Construction of the VAB required 65,000 cubic yards of concrete, 45,000 steel beams, 1 million steel bolts amounting to almost 100,000 tons of steel. Notice the flag painted on the outside of the VAB? It's the size of a 21-story building. The blue section alone is the size of an NBA basketball court. Each star is 6 feet across, and each red and white stripe is wide enough for this bus to drive down. And the entire VAB? It's so huge that the Roman Colosseum would fit on the roof with room to spare for a parking lot. By volume, the VAB can fit 3.5 Empire State Buildings, and it would take 250 billion ping pong balls to fill it. It was built in the 1960s for the Apollo program. Every Saturn V rocket that sent humans to the moon was assembled right here. Every space shuttle mission also assembled within these same walls. After the space shuttle program, a major renovation to the inside of this building began to accommodate NASA's next generation of rockets, the Space Launch System, or SLS. Lockheed Martin has developed a capsule called Orion that will sit atop the SLS rocket. This capsule is designed to facilitate human exploration of the moon and eventually Mars.
NASA is known for dreaming big, and big dreams require big equipment. I'm standing next to the Crawler Transporter, the largest self-powered land vehicle in the world. It was originally built in 1965 for the Apollo program, and has since been updated to accommodate the space shuttle and now NASA's SLS rocket. Weighing in at 6 million pounds and capable of lifting and hauling 18 million pounds, the Crawler is an engineering marvel, even without a rocket sitting on top of it. This thing has 2,750 horsepower V16 diesel engines that can carry the Crawler up to a top speed of, wait for it, 1 mile per hour while carrying a rocket. Keep an eye out for the Crawler as we approach this area. And remember, we are visiting a working spaceport, so while the Crawler may not stay in one area for very long, it's bound to be out here somewhere. Now, let me introduce you to my friend, John Giles, the Crawler project manager.
I'm standing in front of Crawler Transporter number 2 at the Kennedy Space Center. Crawler Transporter number 2 will be used for the SLS program to take the launch vehicle back and forth to the pad. We will begin by going underneath the mobile launcher. We'll pick it up, we'll take it over to the VAB. They'll then assemble the launch vehicle on top of the mobile launcher, and then we'll come back to the VAB. We'll slide underneath it again, we'll pick it up, we'll take it out to the pad, the trip of about 4.2 miles. It'll take us about 7 hours to get there. But during our trip to the launch pad, we'll roll over a specially prepared crawler way that consists of anywhere from 8 to 12 inches of special rock. Below that is limestone that's about 4 feet thick and compressed to hold the weight of the crawler and the mobile launcher. And then below that is some hydraulically compacted sand that can support all the weight. And then once we're there, we'll drop it all off. And a few days later, there'll be a launch. We'll come back, we'll pick the mobile launcher up, and we'll bring it back to the VAB to start the process all over again.
With 50 years and some 3,000 kilometers or 2,000 miles on the clock, NASA expects the crawlers to be in operation for at least another 3 decades. How cool is that? The latest refurbishment is complete, and preparation is well underway for the first SLS mission. The Crawler will be doing what it was originally designed to do once again, which is moving rockets.
Okay, so up ahead on the right, you're going to get a look at our Crawler transporters, and behind them, that tower back there is a mobile launcher for the SLS rocket. They recently completed the first test flight of that SLS. They sent the Orion capsule to the moon. It orbited for a few days, brought it back, splashed in the Pacific Ocean. Everything went pretty well, so the next mission should be manned. Now you can see both of the crawlers there. So that SLS is now the most powerful rocket that's ever been put into space, and that mobile launcher paid a price for it. Had quite a bit of damage, including blowing the elevator doors right off of it. So they're going to have to do some repair work there. Also, a little upgrades to get it ready for the first manned mission. So it's going to be out there a while. Watch the water on the right, see if we can find a gator anywhere. Sometimes they're on the bank, sometimes they're in the water. When it gets hot, they usually just stay in the water. But we'll see. Don't see much right now.
But why, some say, the moon? Why choose this as our goal? And they may well ask, why climb the highest mountain? Why 35 years ago fly the Atlantic? Why does Rice play Texas? We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things. Not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
When President John F. Kennedy made this speech in 1962, he set in motion an era of discovery that would change humankind forever. 7 years after he spoke these ambitious words, the world watched as Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin became the first people to walk on the moon. The achievements of the men and women who worked on the space program in these early decades of NASA helped propel the technology we use every day. NASA and the thriving private space industry at Kennedy Space Center today are the living legacy of their story. As we arrive at the Apollo Saturn V Center to learn more about that historic era, get ready to step back into a time when NASA had everything to prove to a nation focused on one goal: to be the first country to land a person on the moon.
Please check around your seat to make sure you have all of your belongings before departing the bus. Wait at the metal doors to enter the Apollo Saturn V Center. A new show will begin every 10 minutes. Stay and explore as long as you like, and simply exit through the Bright Stuff gift shop to board a bus back to the visitor complex. About a 15-minute ride with buses departing frequently.
Well, we have two launch pads at Kennedy Space Center. Straight ahead of us is pad 39A. That one is leased to SpaceX. They launched Falcon 9 and Falcon Heavy rockets from there. They've got they're planning to try to launch a crew mission to the International Space Station early Monday morning. I think it's like 1:45 a.m., so it'll have to be kind of late. Left of that, you can see 3 Lightning mounts out there. That is pad 39B, and that is for the SLS rocket. Well, please remain seated until we get the bus stopped and the doors open. Look around and make sure you get all your belongings with you before you leave, and have a great day.
William's already in Alaska, which I'm very excited about. Sebastian, come on, buddy.
Yeah, you don't want to. This is just a 6-minute video.
Go this way. You don't have to go that way. It's not a great video. Let's go, boys. Over here. Over here. Where's
Okay. Smile. Okay, beautiful. Juan, do you want a picture?
Sure. Jeez. Jesus Christ. What is the wolf? That looks bland. Yeah.
That's where they live.
Oh.
In that teeny tiny little space. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Like, there's no food. I thought it would be so techy.
Guys.
Alright, go ahead, go down.
I didn't take a picture
Yeah,
yet.
see? Look, that's how they lived. Alright, let's go back down so other people can see.
Yeah, but why?
Smile here, camera.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
Sure, why
The
not?
next presentation in the Lunar Theater will begin in 3 minutes. If you would like to join us, please proceed to the nose end of the Saturn V rocket.
Take your picture. Alright. Let's go. But what is a videograph? He's gonna
I don't have any flash right now.
I'm just kidding.
Right here. Over here. I want you to read this.
There's like.
Got it.
What does it say? What did you just learn? Read it.
Apollo 14 capsule. I think the personal accomplishment, but there's NASA does lunar tool cart. NASA designed this hand cart to help solve the problems astronauts had in the previous missions carrying hand tools on the moon.
Good.
Go ahead.
I know. What's this?
What does that sound like?
Genomo?
Silent.
Nomo.
Okay.
Of gravity and direction, so there's a reference to height and length of those objects in lunar surface.
Okay, Javier, your turn.
Photo scale. No, lunar scale. Lunar scale. This tool was designed for astronauts to quickly collect a soil sample immediately after they step out onto the lunar surface.
Good job, guys.
What's he done?
LM Cockpit LM Trainer. This was a full-size replica of the lunar model LM Cockpit. It was one of the several devices used by Apollo crews during mission preparations. Known as the LM Trainer, the apparatus is equipped with the displays and controls identical to those in an actual LM. The astronauts practice with the LM Trainer in a special jet capable of simulating low gravity conditions. The LM behaved exactly the way old simulations showed and maneuvered beautifully. Russell's squid cart, Apollo 9, temperature 75 Fahrenheit and 23.9 Celsius, diameter 7 feet 8 inches and 2.3774 meters. Total pressurized volume 335 cubic feet 6.65 cubic meters. I don't know. Habitable volume 160 cubic feet and 4.53 cubic meters.
Sebastian, look at this.
Yes.
It makes footprints. Okay. Lunar sample. 70, 215 to 287. This moon rock was collected by astronaut Jack Smith near the Apollo 17 lunar model landing site. The rock weighs 17 grams and is a fragment of much larger original sample. The rock is known as a mere basalt, a porous rock produced from cooled lava formed. I wanted to read the whole thing.
I know, but look, you see there's other people, so we're not going to be able to do that for everything because other people want to come and do this. It's cool.
Watch your footprint. They don't do Yeezy, sorry.
Dude, I've taken more than look, there's a lunar piece. I've taken at least more than there's a piece of the moon over there.
Old Glory hosted by the first moon men. Soft dust makes first step easy. Space Center, Houston, 2. I can't read it.
Okay. You don't need to read all of these. It's okay.
You have to read everything.
No, you do need to read, but these are like you cannot read that. That's not a language that you can read.
I really want to go to British.
Reads in the language.
That's not the language that you speak.
You can read this, right? You can read this, right? That's Chinese. No, that's like Japanese. That's Chinese.
No, that's Japanese. That's Japanese. I recognize these characters. Oh my god. Man walks on moon.
We'll go to the next
Alright. Is this a ride? This. How did he get there? We go this way.
How long have you been recording? What?
guys.
Look at that.
Oh, wait. Apollo 11 flight path. After launch and the jettison of the first and second stages of the Saturn V, the third stage fired its engine, putting the spacecraft into a parking orbit 118 miles above Earth, where final checks were made. The third stage then ignited again to put the craft on a path toward the moon. For the next 3 days, the astronauts coasted 250,000 miles through space until they fired the engine for the lunar orbit insertion, putting them in orbit around the moon. This is where the crew split up. Armstrong and Aldrin transferred to the lunar module and slowly descended to the surface, while Collins continued to orbit the moon in the command module. After its mission on the lunar surface, the lunar module launched from the moon, timing its ascent to rejoin the command service module in lunar orbit. Once Armstrong and Aldrin transferred back into the command module, the lunar module was released, and the command service module ignited its engine to perform the trans-Earth injection, breaking out of its lunar orbit to begin the journey back to Earth. When Apollo 11 reached the entry point of the Earth's atmosphere, the service module was jettisoned, leaving only the command module to begin its re-entry back to Earth for splashdown in the Pacific Ocean.
They went in the Pacific.
Only seconds left for success.
It takes like 221 days for the
Only
Venus
seconds
to
left for
revolve around
success.
the sun, and then 243 days for Venus to
1,300 feet above the moon's surface, Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin began their final descent in the lunar module Eagle when they realized they had overshot the predicted landing zone by 3.5 miles. Eagle was running out of fuel, and heading straight for a gaping lunar crater filled with large boulders. Armstrong made the decision to take control and fly manually, burning extra fuel while searching for a safe place to land. Normally expected to land with about 2 minutes of fuel remaining, the ship was still 100 feet above the surface when a warning light indicated there was 60 seconds of fuel remaining. They were about 10 feet from the surface when another alarm indicated they were down to a critical 30 seconds of fuel. Moments later, the craft settled onto the lunar surface 4 miles from the planned landing site, with about 20 seconds of fuel remaining. Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
Eagle has landed.
Lunar module extraction. Once the spacecraft was traveling from Earth heading toward the moon, the astronauts needed to pull off a mid-flight maneuver to reconfigure the ship so the crew could access the lunar module, which was stored inside the third stage during launch. To do this, the panels of the lunar module adapter were jettisoned, and the reaction control thrusters of the command service module were fired to separate it from the third stage. The command service module thrusters then rotated the command service module by 180 degrees, maneuvered to dock with the lunar module and extract it from the rocket. This all took place while hurtling through space at more than 24,000 miles per hour. The lunar module, now docked with the command service module mothership, was now ready for its 3-day journey to the moon.
All right, boys, that's everything. All right, let's go.
Apollo 11 flight path.
Let's go blue.
Apollo 1. We're about to die.
My rubber cannot fit on there. My rubber cannot fit.
Slide Sebastian Vettel discuss with Spencer about his future career between this time, the Air Force, and earning his BS. Guys, look, Sonic shoes.
That's in 1930. That's in 1930.
Good man's life is never quite ended. Read it. Wait, is that like the Apollo 1 crash or at that time? Whoa, that feels like water.
It's not water.
I know it's not water. But it looks.
No, wait, like this. No, just like turn around.
The Apollo missions. Guys, look. Apollo 1. Where's Apollo 2?
Where's Apollo 11?
Oh my. Apollo building.
Oh, there's the
exactly how they sat. This is exactly how they sat.
Oh my god, that needs to be so uncomfortable.
The rocket will free man from his remaining chains, the chains of gravity which still tie him to this planet. It will open to him the gates of heaven. Werner von Braun.
Werner von Braun. What a nice name.
We are all on board in spirit. Food and drink. Food and drink. Food and drink. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh man, here we go.
I don't want to be kidnapped any day.
I'm not either, but especially today.
Oh, we have to sit. That's cool.
No, that's crazy. There's so many seats.
Is this a cinema?
Something like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, please watch your step.
Oh, it says Columbia. Not Columbia. Columbia. That's a thing. I was trying to say that's cool. But Sebastian, come on. Oh, finally I can see. Oh man, here we go. Okay. This is gonna probably be the longest one.
Ladies and gentlemen, please watch your step and use handrails while on the stairs. As a courtesy to others, we ask that there be no smoking or flash photography during the presentation.
Houston, over. Houston, Columbia, reading you loud and clear. How many? Rock 5, Mike. I can go over. Let's say everything's going just swimmingly. Beautiful. Great. We're standing by for Eagle. Okay, Houston, you're on the run. We copy out. You know, flight controllers, we're off to a good start. Play it cool. AOS Lemon. Roger, AOS Lemon. Houston, Eagle, how do you read? Eagle, we're standing by for your burner report, over. Roger, the burn was on time.
As soon as the Eagle reappears, things begin to go wrong. Radio communications break down. Messages to Eagle must be relayed through Mike Collins aboard the command module Columbia. Throughout the crucial final checks, contact with the Eagle keeps dropping out. And Flight Director Gene Kranz inches closer to aborting the mission.
Houston, we lost Eagle again. Have you got an idea on? Hey, we got data back. Radar flight looks good.
With the vital computer links temporarily holding, the moment of decision is now.
Okay, all flight controllers, don't go for landing. Retro, go, Idaho, go. Guys, go. Control, go. Telcom, go. INSEE, go. Ecom, go. Surgeon, go. Capcom, we're go for landing.
Eagle, Houston, you're go for landing, over. Roger, understand, go for landing. 1, 2.
Hurtling toward the moon at 3,800 miles per hour, Neil Armstrong notices his checkpoints are all appearing too soon. This means a serious navigation error.
You think you're a little bit long downrange?
At these speeds, 3 seconds long means missing the safe landing zone by 3 miles.
Eagle, Houston, we got data dropped out. Still looks good.
Suddenly, the computer starts firing the maneuvering thrusters, jolting the ship back and forth. This has happened in simulations, but never this much, never this violent. The smooth descent is becoming a bumpy ride. Before that is fixed, a problem with the onboard computer.
1202 alarm.
The astronauts have rehearsed for thousands of possible malfunctions, but not this one. It had been considered too unlikely. Seconds seem like hours as everyone struggles to remember the meaning of a 1202 program alarm. The deadline to safely aboard is vanishing fast. 1202 means the Eagle's onboard computer is overloading. This means Houston is blind, unable to make navigation corrections or interpret the data coming from Eagle's computer. Armstrong and Aldrin are on their own. Mission Control decides they can go ahead if the data link doesn't fail again.
We're going at alarm.
1,000 feet, and Neil Armstrong can see that the computer is proposing to put them down in a dangerous place. That landing site is full of boulders. If they land there, they will never take off again. At 350 feet, Armstrong ignores his computer navigation and veers away from the rocky landing site with no time to explain to Mission Control.
Okay, all flight controllers, hang tight.
In Mission Control, everybody is stunned. At 300 feet, the Eagle has left its flight plan and taken off at full speed across the face of the moon.
Eagle, Houston, is descent to fuel. Monitor, over.
90 seconds of fuel remaining. Now less than 200 feet, and the Eagle is too low to safely abort back into orbit. They call this part of the flight plan Dead Man's Curve.
No level, no level.
All that's left for Mission Control is to read off the fuel remaining in seconds.
60 seconds. 60 seconds.
The entire moon landing has come down to 2 men and 1 minute.
Forward. Forward. Put your speed down, 2.5. And after 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Lights on. Down 2.5. Forward. Forward. 30 feet, 2.5 down. 30 shadow. More forward. More forward, just to the right. Down a half. Contact light. Okay, stop. Yes. Tranquility is here. The Eagle has landed. Roger, Tranquility. We copy you on the ground. You got a bunch of guys about to turn blue. We're breathing again. Thanks a lot.
A short time later, history is made again.
Good, yeah, we can see you coming down the ladder now.
For one incredible moment, we are one people with one history, watching our destiny unfold.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Armstrong is on the road. big world recognized one small step for man. It was a moment shared by an entire world. With these first steps, mankind stood on the highest ground, and we saw our planet as our home port in the endless ocean of space.
There was something which was surprising to me. That occurred as I was standing on the surface. Just after we had landed, I'd gone down, standing on the surface and looking at planet Earth for the first time, seeing the beauty, seeing the finiteness of it, the limits of it, realizing what a shame it was that people were confronting each other on that planet without realizing what it was doing to the planet. It was a very emotional moment for me. I actually shed a couple of tears. Something totally unexpected for an engineer, fighter pilot to be crying quietly up there on the moon.
Mankind had achieved a tenuous foothold in the heavens, and a new and exciting world lay waiting to be explored. The first mission had stayed for only one day, but over the next 3.5 years, 5 more Apollo missions visited the moon, and with each one, we stayed longer, roamed further, and discovered more.
I never thought when I was a kid building rockets, in high school, that we would go to the moon, before the end of the century. I mean, I thought that was something that was way in the future, fantasy.
We've got to understand that as a people, we need to stretch. We need to reach beyond our gravity. We need to strive to do things that seem impossible, because in the accomplishment of them, we move society forward.
One of the astronauts has said those hills that we climbed give our children and grandchildren a different perspective, that they see the mountains that we couldn't see. And so what we consider impossible, they're dreaming about.
3, 2, 1.
When I have a chance to talk to kids, I tell them, the first thing I tell them is to take the word impossible out of their vocabulary. Go to their teacher tomorrow morning and scratch it out of the dictionary. The word doesn't exist. If I could stand here and tell you that I lived on the moon, that I called the moon my home for 3 days, you tell me what is impossible in this day and age, much less in a generation that follows, much less into the 21st century. Nothing is impossible.
I like exploring things, inventing. I would like to go up there, find out what's really up there.
I would like to be an astronaut. I like to design rockets.
Payload specialist.
I'd be a ground controller.
The thing that my mom can't understand is I'm terrified of heights, but I want to be an astronaut.
There's so many things I'd love to do. I would explore, I'd look for everything. I would try to start a farm. Millions of other galaxies that you might be able to live in.
It's the unknown. Anything's possible.
You may be able to cure certain diseases. On Mars and dance on it.
Play basketball, but you could still be short, because then you could fly up in the air.
Baseball would be awesome. Hit the ball, you get a home run every time.
There are a lot of things that can benefit mankind that we, because of science, we simply cannot do on Earth.
It's such a big universe, and it's kind of strange to think that just this one tiny planet was chosen to have life on it.
I hear they're finding new planets or moons, and find out more about how stars are working, and it makes me feel like it's trying to tell me something.
What's it trying to tell you?
That you belong up there with them.
The Apollo program ended in December of 1972, but our journey into space is just beginning.
I'm Neil Armstrong. The future of space travel is being written right now in the dreams and imaginations of a new generation. Perhaps that's the greatest legacy of Apollo. It shows our children and grandchildren that with courage, imagination, and the will to explore, no dream is impossible.
Please watch your step as you exit.
And cargo. Starliner launches atop an Atlas V rocket, made by United Launch Alliance or ULA. On its return to Earth, rather than splashing down in the ocean, Starliner deploys airbags to land in the desert of the western United States. Starliner was actually the first American-made human-rated capsule to have landed on land. On September 4, 2015, Boeing opened its commercial crew and cargo processing facility in what was formerly the orbiter processing facility for the Space Shuttle program. This building you'll see adjacent to the VAB boasts a large, colorful mural of the Starliner in orbit. The commercial crew program is allowing private companies to design in the most efficient and cost-effective way, while NASA engineers offer oversight and expertise. While these companies focus on providing transportation services to and from low Earth orbit, NASA is freed up to focus on deep space missions.
Kennedy Space Center is surrounded by the Merritt Island National Wildlife Refuge. While the refuge in total takes up 140,000 acres, NASA only occupies about 7,000 acres. Other than the few launch pads and facilities you see spotted across the horizon, this area remains a refuge for 150,000 species of plants and animals. I want to introduce you to Becky Bolt, who has been a NASA wildlife ecologist here at KSC for nearly 35 years. Becky, what kind of wildlife can we expect to see here today?
We have lots and lots of different kinds of wildlife. We have over 400 species that occur out here on the Space Center. Look in the ditches and you'll see lots of wading birds, tall herons, egrets, ibises. There's several species of those, and I can pretty much guarantee you're going to see some of those. We have bobcats, raccoons, all kinds of animals.
Now, what is your role as a wildlife ecologist?
One of the main things we do is support operations. So people always think, oh, that's launch. Well, Kennedy Space Center is big and we have a lot of employees. It's like a city. We have lots of roads, we have lots of buildings, and so there's lots of maintenance and construction. So anything that might impact the habitat or wildlife, we have to go out and we check it out. And we work with the project managers to make sure that animals aren't harmed. Gopher tortoises are notorious for this. They go places where they shouldn't be, and sometimes we have to move them. We also support launches. We do a lot of research because we help the land managers, which on Kennedy Space Center, the land managers are the Fish and Wildlife Service, because this is a wildlife refuge. We have federally listed scrub jays and federally listed beach mice. There's probably some watching this right now. And so we provide that data to them so they know how to manage the land in the best way.
What are some of the more recent projects you've worked on here?
The most exciting new project that we have, and it's not really new, it started in 2010, but it's been ongoing since then, is our Created Dune project. We were having problems with when there are bad storms, hurricanes, which we get a fair amount. It was destroying our primary dune here, and we were getting washover that was getting closer and closer to facilities. We created dunes and took lots of sand and spread it out and piled it up and planted it with native vegetation.
Oh yeah, because you can see there's a launch pad right here, the ocean's right there, and the dune is protecting it.
Right.
Well, Becky, thank you so much for teaching us how nature meets technology here at KSC, and hopefully our guests on our tour will see some of this wildlife today.
For more than 20 years, a pine tree along the Kennedy Parkway has been home to the largest eagle's nest on Kennedy Space Center. Eagles have long been a symbol at NASA for human spaceflight, including the famous Apollo 11 mission. Weighing thousands of pounds and about the size of a king-size bed.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as we work our way up the road, if you look between the two power poles, you won't see a dead tree back there. That dead tree used to hold the oldest and the largest eagle's nest that was here on the property. Again, it was over 1,000 pounds and the size of a king-size bed. But since this video, that eagle's nest got destroyed. But if you look at this tree right up front here, they rebuilt the nest and you can see the eaglet right up in the tree.
The eagles continue to return to this nest to raise their eaglets year after year. The eagles arrive to the nest in late August, hatch their eaglets around December, and remain there until they migrate north again in the spring. After all these years, it may not be surprising that the tree containing the nest has been damaged by natural forces, impacted by wildfires, hurricanes, wind-borne salt spray, and even a pine bark beetle attack. The tree's overall health has declined. Eagles are very resilient, and all signs indicate that in the event our resident eagles leave the tree, they'll usually rebuild to the next closest optimal nesting spot. And there are plenty of options for them here at the Kennedy Space Center.
Did you ever want to be an astronaut? Maybe it was the cool spacesuits, or the idea of floating in microgravity. Whatever the reason, it takes dreamers, thinkers, and adventurers to push the boundaries of human space exploration. But no matter how far we explore beyond our world, the journey ultimately starts right here, in the imagination of our youth. It is so important to support STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, focused education curricula to foster that next generation of rocket scientists, physicists, chemists, and of course, astronauts. These core building blocks form the foundation of the incredible achievements of NASA. The astronaut training experience here at the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex works with some of these bright children who may one day be the people who walk across the gantry into a capsule on their way to Mars.
My favorite thing about space is how we know so much, but then there's so much we can learn about it because of how big and endless it is.
What I love about the ATX Center is the microgravity simulator. That was really fun because it felt like you were fixing the ISS in like zero gravity.
My favorite thing here at the visitor complex, if I had to choose, would be the shuttle launch simulator because it's so awesome to feel what the astronauts will feel like when they take off.
More than 60 years of innately curious and wildly ambitious space pioneers have led us to countless new discoveries and modern conveniences we enjoy today. Literally thousands of items can trace their roots back to NASA, from smoke detectors and memory foam mattresses to life-saving medical equipment. It's amazing how the work being done to take us thousands of miles into space is also making life better right here on Earth. Of all the benefits of modern technology, perhaps none are more powerful than our ability to connect with another person anywhere, instantly. To pick up a cell phone and call a loved one many thousands of miles away, to instantly share a photo with our network of friends, to collaborate and share information with like-minded people to create something great together. In a way, the modern communications technologies are making Earth feel like a smaller place. And while they are bringing us closer together, they are also enabling us to look further beyond our horizons. The journey starts here. By going behind the gates of Kennedy Space Center today, we each took our own small step toward the future of space exploration by learning and being inspired by the incredible achievements of NASA.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will be arriving at the Apollo Summit back to the Visitor Center here shortly, and your ride will end at Atlantis. Please remember to grab all of your personal belongings with you before you leave.
Okay, so you want to reduce the CO2 footprint?
Need a better safety margin. The crew can tolerate a short-term increase, but...
Engineering? Morning, Betty. What, right now?
Is this a movie?
Building 36?
I didn't even know there was a building 36. Must be important. Everyone's here. We got propulsion, aerothermal, flight dynamics.
Anyone know why we're here?
For this. Good morning. We're going to create America's next spacecraft. It's going to launch like a rocket and
It'll land like an aeroplane, and it's going to be reusable.
Can't do that with a rocket.
It's not a rocket. It's a shuttle.
Now it's time to go to the next step. Sketch pad to launch pad. Going to the moon was a camping trip. Now our job is to work and live in space. This vehicle has to do something that we have never done before. Perform 4 key tasks and be able to do them over and over again. There is nothing easy about putting a ship back up into space, let alone a whole fleet of ships. But first, let's talk about the launch. We have never designed engines and vehicles that can be reused. But we will, and once we're in orbit, we go to work. We want to take all kinds of cargo up there in addition to the people. Science labs, satellites, even the space station. And when all the work is done, we gotta bring everybody back home. All right now. Country's waiting. Let's build ourselves a space shuttle.
It's too big, it's too heavy. But we're launching one spaceship on the back of an even bigger one.
What if we split the booster into its pieces? Rockets, fuel tank.
It's supposed to be reusable. How do we get all those parts home?
What if we just throw the fuel tank away?
We're writing all new processes, procedures, manuals. We've never had to reuse a ship before.
Also, Matt built some really big rockets.
Sir, what if she lands somewhere other than Florida? How does she get back here? It's a glider.
Buy her a plane ticket home.
Ablative heat shields are heavy, and they burn up on re-entry. We need a more reusable solution. Silica foam tiles, thousands of them, fitted together in one lightweight, reusable heat shield.
Another hold up with the engines? Tell me some good news with the tiles.
The heat shield bond keeps failing. The tiles keep falling off.
So another delay. How long? How long?
1.5 to 2 years.
Well, this is going to be fun to tell my boss. Everybody get back to work.
How do you feel?
I'll let you know. When they come home.
The President's message said, "You go forward this morning on a daring enterprise, and you carry the hopes and prayers of all Americans with you.
And Astronaut John Young, the commander of the mission, replied, "That's a right fine speech. We sure appreciate it."
This launch of Columbia marks NASA's first manned test flight ever flown into space with people on board. Coming up on 5:20 Mark.
This one's cool. Oh, it does.
Alright guys, this is the final 5 minutes of the presentation. If anyone needs to leave at any time, use the exits that are located at the front of the theater. You guys enjoy.
Can I sit down? Yeah, lentil.
That is huge. I swear I just saw Dylan.
Daisy. Okay. I'm going down. I will meet all of you at the bottom, okay?
Miss Roberts is going
Okay.
Houston, show you on glide slope.
You all wanna go?
Altitude 1,800 feet, now 1,500 feet, 1,200.
Oh, my coffee's
5 nautical miles out, 434 feet.
Are you going down? No, I'm about to go down.
65.
I can worry about it. I wonder where they go.
Yeah, I don't want.
You're down
You don't want to do it? Okay, we'll take it.
touchdown.
Yes. All right, Juan, you want to do it?
Yes.
All right, give me your bag.
It looks fun,
Give me your bag.
I'll afford my way down.
Looks fun,
Okay.
but I don't know.
Okay, grab your shoes. Boys, stay together. Javier,
You guys
we'll
can
meet
go
you-
ahead of us.
We'll meet you
You
down
guys,
there, okay?
we're
Got
waiting
it.
for Mommy to text.
Why doesn't have?
Guys,
We are
don't
waiting.
go down yet, okay? Let
Austin's
me
waiting.
look.
Okay, thank
Look
you.
over here so
You
you
can
can
go.
see.
Good job. Good job.
Guys, stand right here, and when you see me and Javier, you can go, and I'll video you, okay?
Wait,
Alright.
Javier, why don't you want to do it?
Sonic Booms.
Alright, guys, watch, and when you see us, you can go down, okay?
Okay.
You go down. When you see us down there, you can go.
Okay, as soon as we see them, I'm booking it. No, you go first, actually.
You don't. But there's 2 slides. We can both go on it.
Nah, you go first.
What?
Oh wait, there is 2 slides.
Yeah. See?
Another 2 Sonic Booms.
Okay, let's get.
Alright, let's go.
Blue shoes.
This is 1 hour long. The video I'm making. Well, it's 2 minutes. It says there, but the video I'm making has different parts of videos, and then I'm gonna.
So you're actually gonna edit it so that it's
Yeah.
so that it's 1 hour. Not looks, but so that it is 1 hour.
Okay. I do not see them.
Oh, I see them. I see them. I see them.
Oh, you do? I don't see. There they are. Okay. Let's go.
Aria, why are you laying down?
Let's go. Oh, that's the sound that. Wait, what? I think. The sock sounds soggy. It sounds moist.
This?
When you jumped on.
265 feet, 165 feet, 116 feet, 75,
Ready?
45.
Got it.
3, 2,
Gear down.
1, go.
Oh. God.
Alright, get your stuff.
Oh, here you go.
That felt so weird.
Makes you smell bad. Oh my god.
Why did you smell that?
It's just that the smell came to my nose.
How did the smell get?
Because your shoes were on top of with that right next to me.
Finally, time for some food.
That's the exit system.
Ooh, yeah. After you. Ladies first.
Ladies first.
Ladies first.
Ladies first.
You were watching? I sure did. Alright, let's go eat. I promise I will give you lots of time to look in the gift shop before we leave.
Hold up. This place is about science, right?
No.
That's not science.
No, bro, it's about social studies. No, it's about English. No, bro, it's about Spanish. No.
Now I know.
You know what this looks like?
Now I
The
know
bathroom.
who did.
The bathroom.
Alright, come on guys.
I did my homework.
Me too.
Then why do you think it's like math or
You was homework? You're still filming? Yeah, he's still filming.
Oh my god, well.
It's got to be at the Research video.
No, it's more.
Oh wait,
It's an hour plus video.
It's right here.
Javier, it's an hour plus video.
What?
It's an hour. It's an hour plus video.
Hey Daniel. Hey Jason.
There's a flying simulator and a slide.
There's a flight there. The bus store yet?
Yeah.
There's a flight there. Sebastian, come on, go this way.
Yeah. I actually did it. Oh, that looks tasty. So we're only, you'll pay $15 for our food, and then if it's more than $15, we have to pay.
All right, let's go.
The people watching this video is now getting hungry. You shall get hungry.
Okay, that's our
Marge.
Cuban sandwich. French salad. Cuban sandwich again for salad.
You know why not?
Now we're gonna have to sit here at least 20 minutes. Can we play? Oh, those space shuttle. Can we play? Those space shuttle toys. I just want to put the gift shop.
It like feels like you're taking off in a rocket ship.
God, they were going again. That was crazy. Where is he? I mean,
That's a 2-hour wait.
we're not gonna wait 2 hours.
No.
So
We're not. This is a simulator, but we can walk around in here. Alright, walk around this one.
Alright,
let's look. The line will get shorter, hopefully. So you can make your way up there.
Oye, no me preguntes porque tengo el teléfono, mamá. Yo tengo mi propio teléfono. Yeah, we just let each other. Yo me perdí. Mira, ella se perdió y Camila se perdió. That's it. Bro, you're turning way more than me. Work. You need to put the money. Yeah, I know. I just like spitting it. Right. If you put the one flower here. Can I go now? That's it up.
Are you actually getting one or no? Huh? Are you actually making one or are you just spinning it? Just spinning. Okay, well let's not spin it because they might want one. Alright, are y'all ready to go shop?
This big shop that has like 9 of those and I'm gonna go. Let's go shopping. Shopping. I like this one so much. Lettuce, mayo, pickle, ketchup. Look at his
Wow, very pretty. Very, very pretty.
That was like the best. Nosotros estamos en into the simulator. It was so much fun. Yeah, the simulator.
I'm glad you got into
Wait,
it.
which simulator? Which simulator?
The
one where you can land it?
2-hour wait for us.
2-hour wait? Like land the space shuttle? Oh, there's that one too.
Yeah, I love that one. I want to go back to it.
But we turned upside down. Yeah, we literally went like this in the thing. It was really cool.
Kaden is missing.
Yeah, Caden's missing out. But I'm sure he's been before.
Okay, boys, if we're getting Dippin' Dots, let's go get it now. Or
It's a
Space
long
Dots.
line.
Or Space Dots?
Yeah. They're like in the Milky Way. I could talk into long.
To the Ohio Dippin' Dots. Ohio, not the. See, now you got me saying Ohio. To the Dippin' Dots thing itself. There's like a whole one thing for Dippin' Dots. Yeah. So that's where we're going.
The last time we saw Chris's group was in the store. Yeah, that's when we saw them too. And the last time we saw Chris's group was in the
Alright, let's go towards Atlantis so we can go get Dippin' Dots. They're by Atlantis. So it's that way.
Guys,
Yes.
I just noticed something.
Yes.
What if the only way to look at the sun is by using a camera because you can take a picture of the sun and then...
Come on, let's walk and talk.
Hold on. How long have you been recording?
1 minute? 2 minutes.
Technically 2 minutes.
No. No, 2 minutes. Look. Here, 2 minutes.
Yeah, it just turned 2 minutes.
Okay, here we are to get Dippin' Dots at Space Kennedy.
Or
Screw. I didn't really.
Or Screw Dots.
I had a different perspective of the whole park.
What do you mean?
Like I thought everything would be inside, and
Oh yeah, me too. I also thought everything would be inside.
yeah.
Guys, imagine we saw Lewis. Imagine.
And then we see Lewis.
Charlotte for some reason, Charlotte hates Lewis. Charlotte doesn't like him anymore. Oh wait, that's Charlotte. That's back to life.
Wait, there's 2 Lewises. Which one?
Lewis Pinello.
Don't.
Our friend Lewis, the one that we know.
Oh.
The FNF sweat. We're not talking about the one who won the speech.
Because he's my friend.
Really?
Yeah. And Dylan's.
Ooh.
And Joe's.
Who's Joe?
Joe.
And in Atlantis. We are in Atlantis.
We already
Is this
went
actually
to
the real?
Atlantis.
Is this actually the real rocket or is it a replica?
Imagine it. Oh my god, we finally meet you guys.
Our mission was to we finally find you. Oh yeah, yes.
You said guys. I'm not a guy. You're not guys, so you're saying us.
No, but thank you.
So what did you guys do?
We went to like this play area. It was so fun. We got lunch. It was so fun. Yeah, we went to so many places.
Are you lonely?
We went to the bus to go to the.
That was your first thing?
You know the play area? You guys went to the play area?
We went.
I almost got lost.
We literally just lived.
Me too.
No, Sebastian almost got lost.
No, I almost got lost. I literally started crying.
Embarrassing. You just told that to the whole world. Out of here.
The last time we saw you wasn't wrong. No. My shoe's stuck once again.
I'm making a YouTube
I hate when my shoe
video.
gets stuck. Yes, okay.
Wait, are we in line or?
I thought it would be more crunchy. You thought it would be crunchier than that? Yeah, I feel like that's getting lame.
I'm in love with Uno.
I'm making a YouTube video.
What?
I want to be in your YouTube.
Javier, do you want chips or anything? Are you sure? Sun chips, Doritos. Sun chips, Doritos. No? Okay.
Wait, so you don't?
I don't
That's. Okay.
What? You guys are already starting to move. Already?
You didn't want any?
No. I don't like ice cream. I don't like ice
He
cream.
didn't want the chips. I was like, okay.
If there's waste,
Wait, get in the camera. Do you not like food? I feel like Dippin' Dots isn't really nice. Wait, that's why. Get in the camera.
Angel, get in the camera.
It's not it. Dippin' Dots is ice cream. It's just a little box of ice cream that they put there.
Hey, it's my food.
You want to do it again?
No.
Sure.
Is that no? Get together. Again. Sebastian, come on. No. Yeah. Okay, wait. Sebastian. Get in there. No. Come on, get in here. No, it's my phone.
I gotta move your thing.
I don't want to.
Oh, you don't want to?
Anybody want to bet for money?
Yes.
Wrong. Why? I didn't ruin it. Yeah, you did.
I bet everyone here is going to subscribe.
I bet I don't have a phone.
Everybody here trying to subscribe? Well, I'm already subscribed to your channel.
Wait, do you watch his videos?
Yeah. You missed it. Or McFlurry. Big junkie. Bro, girls being girls. Girls
Boys
being
being boys.
Okay.
We're idiots.
Sebastian, let's be boys.
Let's just say you guys are girls.
So how would I be? We're not there yet.
We're almost there yet.
Imagine the bus leaves without us. To Uber time. I'm not Ubering. No. I can ask my mom. The bus is not gonna leave us. But we do need to be there.
Oh, guys, should I put like? I know in YouTube videos people put like these captions. They're able to change whatever captions it's going to say and what time it's going to say at. Though that takes.
Do you have iMovie?
Yeah, I have iMovie. It's called a script.
Oh, that's the shadow. Underneath you.
Sebastian, you're going so fast.
We made it. There's that NASA ball. It's a big blue ball.
Oh, you're running. That is running.
No, that's what I call speed walking.
We are here. We got just in time. Philip!
Hello, Philip. I'm making a YouTube video.
Oh, I already got YouTube. Oh, okay.
You want to trade something for this?
I didn't see him.
The only thing I have is an ice cream.
Move.
What's that? Oh, magnet! It's a magnet!
Come on, Gabby, let's go. So you're on the bus.
Everyone's going to
Wait, I could have bought one of those. Dang it.
These costs like $7. And now I forgot that my mom told me not to buy it. Oh, sure. Well, now I don't want
What if I just keep recording until once we get to the school? I saw you. Christian, I saw you.
Why did he touch?
Just now. We're still in Kennedy Space Center.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
Smile, you're on YouTube. ABC. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Philip, am I allowed to record you?
Sure.
This is gonna be on YouTube.
It's gonna be a 1-hour vlog.
I already got 1,006 views on a YouTube.
Wait, okay. What's your YouTube channel name?
It's Phil, but if you want to like exactly find it, I believe it's It's like add.
Okay,
Philip, and
guys, go check out that channel.
It's about chest halfway. Half chest, half milk. Half chest, half games.
Guys, give me some music because I'm gonna put it in the background.
Yeah, because we just said it was great. TV's right here. Yeah. Sit down. I'm waiting for my. Because your authenticity was surprised. Girlfriend. I don't know. It's fine. You have to say the person that you came. No, you don't.
Yeah, we're my troublemakers. We're not troublemakers. No one else is going on. This is what happened when you were sitting there. Yeah, that's you. And her
Wait, why can't we come here?
Hello.
Hi, Juan. Wait, go. How do you? Juan. Hold on.
I'm making a YouTube. Guys, I'm making a YouTube video.
Te quedaste, ¿no? Porque aquí va la mamá de Jason. Vete con... Oh, okay.
She's not. No shot. Jaden actually got a sit. Yes.
Jenai se sentó del frente. Jason, tu mamá se sentó al frente.
Oh my God, we're so up high.
Ask her.
Hello.
You're gonna stay there? Hello.
Is it recording, bro? Here. I want to close it.
Listen, you can't fit over there. Do you realize it's only 2 seats?
Jason, please.
Go, please. Right here.
Can you give me the card game? We're not going to give you the card game. Wait, can I have the card game? I'm sorry, Carolyn. She made a deal that if you didn't come in the next 3 minutes, then
You're late. You're late.
It's not my fault that I'm late.
Well, why not? We were here on time.
It's not my fault. It's just
Yeah, don't tell me that.
no, well,
Here, the boss is leaving us, so.
Carolyn, so can I play the card game? Can we have the card? She's gonna play with Daniel. No, you can't. Why? Who is? You got that? Mommy, pull to tu teléfono. At least I got a movie seat.
Sit.
Bro, I have the best view. You know, I'm not only one of my friends cares about me.
Get ready. And make sure to like and subscribe. And turn on the notifications so you know when I put out a video.
Before you get off, before you get off the bus, please check for all of your belongings. Make sure every single piece of trash dropped on the floor is picked up. Thank you for your chaperones.
United States of America.
Thank you to the bus driver.
Thank you.
And before you leave with your parents, Miss Rizzoli, Miss Hollowell, or Miss Adams, because one of us needs to know that you are going home with the right person.
Yeah. Huh? You think I'm gonna steal it?
Did you think about that?
Okay. But when you put it up there with your original intent to hit Jason. Why was it your intent to hit me? It wasn't.
Nice.
Oh my god, everyone's leaving stuff.
Jason.
Yeah, because he was sitting over there.
Oh. Tomorrow I'll do a video on eating this. So get ready and goodbye.